looks to come with it.
Rajabanshi comes back on. I'm quite perplexed as to why the need to bring that pacer on so early.
Absolutely amazing, really, wasn't it? Rajabanshi won over. Overs for 8. Rajabanshi would go 1 over for 1 run, got a wicket as well. And then they've swapped ends, brought the seamer on. It's a strange decision from the YAKS. From the Bolts. Mixing the teams up now. Remember, the YAKS are in blue, right? Light blue.
This is down the leg side as well. And they come back for 2. Zishan Maksud's going to have to run.
Yes, the confidence is back for Dev Karnal. 18 of 16 now. Wasn't quite at the races, was he, those first 8 or 9 balls? But he stepped on the pedal, tucked into Mahato, and now he's having a go at Rajabanshi.
Tried to make his intentions clear very early. This is through the keeper, and it's going to be more runs. 5 wides, and this is poor wicket keeping for me.
Well, strange cricket, full stop. Really is. I actually didn't know what Dev Karnal was trying to do. He threw himself across the stump, showing all the stumps. The bowler fell for it, tried to bowl it more leg side, but it was a wide. The keeper was blinded. He couldn't see where the ball was, and he went straight past him for 5 wides. A nice bonus for the YAKS.
To the leg side, and this is the concern. Dev Karnal was struggling. He didn't have the confidence the first few overs. You brought in a pacer, brought his confidence up. Now this could be trouble if he goes on to get a big one.
It is. They're going to get their act together here, the Bolts. Like I said, they've been a bit of a rabble the last few games. They're such a good team. They rely heavily with the bat on Jimmy Neesham coming in the middle overs and 18 sixes. He's the tournament's leading 6-hitter, I think. I'm sure he is.
Swept. And it's just going to be the one. Dev Karnal's finished the single. He's ready to go for the second. And Zishan Maksud's yet to finish that first.
Yeah, it's not really a surprise. It's not his strength. Zishan Maksud has got other strengths. He's a good striker of a cricket ball. He hits down the ground well. He can sweep well as well. So he has got strengths. But running between the wickets is probably not his strength.
Do you not feel, though, these are important runs that could come in handy? It's a matter of margins. Backing away, and he will find the gap. He'll pick up 4 more here.
Well, momentum's a strange thing, isn't it, in cricket? And he was struggling. The seamer comes into the attack and gets a 14 off his over. And this one is an absolutely wonderful shot. I mean, 4 education kits for school children for every 4 scored, powered by Ansell Foundation. And there it is, beautiful strike through the offside from Karnal. 23 off 18 now.
He's going to have to re-bowl that one. Dev Karnal's getting into the mind of Lalit Rajabanshi. The early movements are making him readjust and adjust again.
We've had 4 fours now in this innings and 1 6 from the YAKS. No.
Well fielded this. Saved some runs, and it's just going to be a single to end the 5th. The YAKS are 39 for 1.
Light super light.
Pond Super Light Gel.
Love my water fresh glow.
With hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#.
Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
Marvellous city, place I adore, and we're all set here for what looks like a thrilling contest. Qualifier 2. You don't understand what Qualifier 2 is, just think of it as a semi-final. The winner goes into the grand final on Saturdays. Jimmy Neesham, who's been expensive in this tournament, comes into the attack. And he's hammered out towards the man who takes the catch. It's an ultraviolet ballistic moment. It's the big wicket. It's Dev Canal, who was looking so good. Neesham in and strikes from his first delivery.
I was so close to saying, now we're starting to see the best of this young man. He picks out the only man away on that leg side, and Jimmy Neesham has a vital wicket here for the Bolts inside the power play. Some words of wisdom as he makes his way off the park. Dev Canal goes for 24. The YAKS, well, it's mandatory in the power play now for them to lose 2. They have 39 on the board.
Who is someone who's having a really good all-round series. So impressed with the Western Australian, who in many ways is kind of grasping his second chance at professional cricket. Signed up here from Australian grey cricket, not from the Perth Scorchers, not from the Western Australian stateside anymore. The former under-19 captain has been really good with bat and ball for the YAKS. Neesham has proved a little costly, but this is a big, big wicket, isn't it?
I just think he closed himself off a little bit when trying to play that stroke. He was aiming sort of over mid-on. Then he just lost his room to be able to swing through the line in the smearing it to mid-wicket. He'll be disappointed.
That'll be 4. Full toss punished. I think he's looking for the Yorker here. Neesham misses his length, and even though the bat twists slightly in his hand, gets a good enough piece to get off the mark with a boundary.
Key here is just to find the gap. Only allowed 2 men out inside the power play, so there's plenty of those gaps. Sisto does well.
It's a funny kind of matchup today, isn't it? If you look through the group stages, an 8-wicket win for the Bolts second in the table, the YAKS barely, and I mean barely, squeezing through on net run rate to the playoffs. But in some ways, the YAKS have the momentum in today's matchup.
They made a couple of alterations to their starting 11 and to the batting lineup for that eliminator, and they played their best game of the tournament by a long way, so confidence will be back up.
175, their highest total of the tournament by a distance. The addition of Kalsawala, I know he failed today, but that was a big impact yesterday. And then you feel for Rick Gautam, of course you do. 2 ducks in the tournament for him. He misses out. Dev Canal comes back up. He gets them off to a good start with 24 off 20. In the way in which, I know Basisto played very well, but the impact that Walton had on that contest, 46 off 23, it was game-changing. You might wonder, well, why was he the player of the match? Scored less than the other 2 overseas who made 50s. His was the knock that changed it. To take on mid-off direct hit. Might have been interesting. Basisto needed to motor. Nisham said hit. He couldn't. Power play is complete. It's 44 for 2.
आयामी गरेको पैसा सजिलै प्राप्त गरौँ डाइरेक्ट सुपर वलेटमा
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौँ
जहाँ पनि रमपम छँदैछ नि रमपम छँदैछ नि
End of the power play. Durganatsu, Betty is saying the crowd is so loud I can barely hear them. But he will signal shortly. There it is. Second best power play for the YAKS after their 49 yesterday. Asif Sheikh was the only icon or marquee player not to captain a side at the start of this tournament. Just get a look at the numbers there. KARNALI 49 against Chitwan. They're only wicketless one at a time, but the average has certainly been 2 wickets, hasn't it?
And the score well below par. Not reaching 40 on any occasion other than in that playoff. Here's Mohammed Mohsin. So I feel that this is a key part of the game here because the Bolts' real strength is the variety in their spin attack. Off spin, leg spin, mystery spin, left arm spin in Rajbanshi. And Basisto at the wicket, if he comes off, he could nullify them with the way that he plays with the sweeps and the reverse sweeps. But the Bolts will feel that if they can knock him over, they could maybe just curb this run rate a little bit here and get a stranglehold of the contest.
Yesterday was the first day that Mohammed Mohsin really got kind of targeted a wee bit. That's the googly at the back of the hand, and Maksud, if he's picked it late. I'm not sure he's picking it out of the hand. That's probably picked off the playing surface. Asif Sheikh goes in to slip himself. If in doubt, you don't know which way it's turning, sweep. And as a consequence, get something on it and get 4.
It's rolled away quickly, hasn't it? Down past 45 degrees on the leg side. It's almost as if it runs downhill to that side of the ground. Just accelerates off the surface.
He's had a very good tournament with the ball, Zishan Maksud. He's contributed with the bats, but nothing coming at any significant rate. For a player who started out as a dasher at the top of the order for Oman, he's to strike regularly 150, 160. He's barely got up above 100. Under edge, is it? Mohsin sinks, so too does the umpire, and Maksud has to trudge off. Excellent glove work from Malante. He says it's come off the bottom of the bat, and Maksud's got to go.
Lovely catch, and a good bit of bowling as well. He pushes it wide here and says, go fetch me. The googly again. But a little tap on the shoulder for the wicketkeeper, I feel, because that's a smart snare. And Mohsin is in on the wickets. Struggles with the bat continues. Isha Maksud goes for 12. YAKS now 49 for 3.
Chadwick Walton, star of the show yesterday, in at number 5, in a very different scenario to the one in and around 24 hours ago, because yesterday he walked to the crease, I think it was in the 14th over. Was Kushal Malla dismissed Gulshan Jha, out came Chadwick Walton, and then his innings changed the game. Best of 46 in the whole tournament. Might not look good, but he's actually been quite impactful, the Jamaican, in the way in which he's played. Again, Mosen causing problems. Walton will be lucky to get off the mark with a couple. A wicket and 7 runs from Mosen's first. The 50 is up. It's 51 for 3.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#.
अब संसारको जुनसुकै ठाउँबाट
आयामी गरेको पैसा सजिलै प्राप्त गरौँ डाइरेक्ट सुपर वालेटमा।
I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी Red Bull असली नै रोजो।
Loving their work. 4 of them in and around the ground. You could be so lucky to see one in real life. The most beautiful creatures that they are, and that's helping to raise awareness of the conservation, as much of the teams are. Just clipped around the corner. Fine leg will have work to do. We'll keep it to a couple. Just a quick shout out. I know the Chitwan Rhinos knocked out yesterday, but an incredible effort from their team. One of the things that they were doing, HD, throughout the tournament was planting a tree for every single boundary that their team hits. So 272 trees altogether. In fact, it was the boundaries and the wickets. 2 trees planted down in the beautiful Chitwan province. Great to see.
Critical partnership here. Both experienced. And yes, they will look to score at a decent rate, but I feel that Persistos will be more running between the wickets, knocking it around. Walton might just out of the blue smash you out the ground. But they need to compile a partnership here, and then Gulshan Jha can walk in a little bit later and add the finishing touches if they're going to post something significant.
Chance. Oh, direct hit was gone. Almost a baseball-style double play, wasn't it? Catch very nearly travelled to Mohammed Mosen at mid-on. It was the leg cutter, clever piece of bowling. And even though he's dived, I think he would have been out for all money, HD.
Good bit of fielding. This is what you want from your mid-on and mid-off. Even though they were a little bit deep, you want them to attack the ball. It would have been gone. Would have been gone. Good dive, though.
He's got about 2.5 stumps to aim at there. That's a nice angle, isn't it? That mid-on or straight mid-off angle. I think Neesham thought it was a catching opportunity at first. It came at a lovely throwable height. Now he goes back for Walton. He knows that Walton is strong down the ground. Was up in the circle. Good captaincy this though. 5 men up in the ring, just applying some early pressure. Just got a little shot of a treat we've got coming up, HD. We love giving you treats and surprises here on the NPL. Edged very fine, but third man will do the work. He'll field it Lalit Rajbanshi. Have to say one thing. I know we spoke about the 3 potential contenders for that player of the tournament. All-rounders, didn't we? The Nepali player of the tournament, that is Irie. Maybe the standout right now, Kushal Malla and Roy Powell have been knocked out, but got to mention some of those bowlers too, particularly Lalit Rajbanshi. Ishwar Mahalo's had a good tournament. I love the way Rijan Dakal's bowled, and maybe even Nandan Yadav too.
and Dakal and Nandan Yadav, you'd have the perfect bowler because Dakal's bowled so beautifully with the new ball and Yadav has bowled so well at the death with his Yorkers. I think that this fella, Kishore Mahato, has had a good tournament. I really do. And I think his spell is going to be an important one because I'm not sure they're going to want Harsh Thacker or Sher Malla to bowl much to Chadwick Walton because I think he might take on the spin. That'll be a wide.
Nandan Yadav at the death, HD, has been sensational, and Monty Desai has spoken a few times about him now as to just how impressed he's been. Imagine there's going to be a concerted effort from whether it's Khan or whether it's Monty himself to get Nandan and Kishore back in and around the Nepal setup on a consistent basis. They're both currently in Australia. Bowled again by Nisham, hitting a hard length. Leading edge falling short of point. It's 58 for 3.
आफ्ना हरेक चिन्ताहरू अब हामीलाई छोडिदिनुस् तपाईको भोलिको भरपर्दो साथी सानीमा रिलायन्स लाइफ इन्स्योरेन्स खुलेर जियौं
फसे नि हेरे बाहिर यसरी भित्र जान त गाह्रो छ
यो निकाल्न इजी छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले सिद्धि दाग.
Tension in both camps right now as Mohsin continues. Okay, we gave you a sneak preview of the previous over. Let's get down to Manali, who's got Monty Desai with her.
Thank you so much, Lenny. Yes, I do have Monty Desai, the senior men's coach of Nepal. Tell us what you think of the Nepal Premier League so far.
Chapter 1, it's adding up to the Nepal cricket story. The fans have been lovely. We have seen pack house over here in some of the games, and I think it's only going to get bigger every year. So wonderful. It's a festival time for all of us.
Well, especially for you as a coach who's looking for talent. How much of a problem is it now? Because you've definitely found a lot of talent here.
I would say it's mixed bag at the moment in my view. You know, I would have loved some of the youngsters to step up a lot more consistently with the bat. But yes, with the ball, we have seen many of them putting their hand up. It's good headache to have, and more than me, I think also the management, the national selectors, they will all have a conversation around it, especially for T20 format. Considering that in 2025, we again have to form our team for the World Cup qualifiers.
So are there any specific players that you think are really standing out to you right now?
I would not like to name anyone, to be honest. It will unnecessarily speculate. But good to see some of them, with the ball, especially under pressure in phases, especially in death overs. Some of them who have stepped up and done a wonderful job with the ball. That was good to see.
Now, when you're talking about the team environments here, having all these international players come in, what sort of impact do you think it's bringing into the locals and changing that culture as well?
That is a big one. We know that how much hard work we have been putting together in our national team, where we are trying to build culture, we are trying to explain them the fundamental values which helps the team to get even better and shape their image, shape the identity of the team. But I'm sure all these boys who have also been leaders now for different franchises to rub shoulders with some of the professionals around the world, someone like Sohail Tanveer and Ravi Bopara, for me, they were standouts. Age was just a number for them, just the way they performed, right? And I think overall the standard of tournament, where it leaves an impact, and for all these youngsters to keep speaking to all these players who have come from different countries and have rubbed shoulders with them, I'm sure that will have a huge impact on them to bring out even more going forward for Nepal cricket.
And speaking of culture, you have a real standard of fitness here. What is it that motivates your players, and how is it that you manage them to keep the fitness standards as high as they are?
Join us and the ranks of thousands of successful students who have unlocked their full potential by pursuing their education overseas. Right Path Career Counseling.
डेयरीको उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल।
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौ।
DHI Happier Home. Today sahi. To being fit. I remember in Canada, you were the one running the laps around the ground as well. I'm sure that's a factor of motivation coming from the coach keeping fit.
I mean, see, that is part of my routine, but I do make an effort to ensure that we need to feel the pain as well, along with the players. We have worked very hard at times physically, but I think mentally to be switched on in moments is where we have lacked. And again, I see that through the way the players are representing different franchises. Some of the faces who have been part of the national team, I don't really think that they have met their own expectations in NPL. But that is also part of the story. And some of the franchises who have been sitting at the bottom of the table, I'm sure they will look at the chapter 1, the first year, and how they come back next year. That is something which I'm also looking forward to. Because if every franchise can build some culture around their franchise, it is only going to help the national team.
And listen, reflection is very important. It's very important from a coach and a player's perspective. Now, if you were to pick on at least 3 positives that you take from NPL, what would they be?
One of the most important positive things is that I think the standard of cricket has been decent, pretty good. It will only get better. The other thing which I would definitely mention is the way it's come out to the whole world. I think, again, a lot of known cricketers, someone like Shikhar Dhawan who has come here, Kapil, all of them who have played for their national, Jimmy for that matter, Jimmy Neesham. All these players who are coming here, we'll be inviting a lot more new faces, the more prominent professional faces from around the world in year 2. And it will be the other very important thing which we can talk about NPL. And I think also somewhere it has...
I'm really sorry, I'm going to have to interrupt you for this wicket. We're going to go back upstairs to you guys.
It's not a wicket just yet, but it will be in a moment. It's been sent up to Sanjay Gurung, but Will Basisto knows his fate. He's already walking off. And yet again, HD, it's that bowler who we've left out of the player of the tournament discussion this morning. He's inserted himself back into it. Lalit Rajbanshi at his best.
There's a whole lot of things that are good about this dismissal, particularly the captaincy, because what they've done with Basisto is they moved a man to a very fine 45 on the leg side and took deep square leg and moved him finer and said, we're not going to allow you a sweep shot. And therefore Basisto has had to go down the wicket, which is not his comfortable area. And it's spun past the outside edge, and now we have a real big wicket, and Rajbanshi throws himself into the equation as that local player of the tournament. He's had a good tournament, Will Basisto. Is this the last time we'll see him? He goes for 14, 64 for 4.
Freshness that bonds. प्रस्तुत छ 10 Blast अटुट जोड मजबुत सम्बन्ध 10 Blast pipes, fittings, tanks, member of 10 Group.
Himstar for a complete home. Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas source your way of quality living. Himstar for a complete home.
डेयरीको उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल।
DHI Happier Home. Today sahi.
Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, Legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
बाजुपन सम्बन्धी कुनै पनि समस्या समाधानका लागि सम्झनुहोस् हार्दिक IVF एन्ड फर्टिलिटी सेन्टर सिनामङ्गल काठमाडौँ.
Also looking at that, so that is something which I'm really looking as part of the positives. The other thing I would say, the lessons learned. Some of the individuals who might have not done so well in this tournament, but the lessons learned and how they come back and leave an impact in next year's NPL.
Yeah, you do definitely have a lot of positives, and it's great to see the pathway coming up as well alongside the NPL. Okay, here's a big question for you. Who are you supporting between these two, the Yaks and the Bulls?
It's interesting, right? I mean, I see the leaders out there. So, Sompal Kami is one of our senior players in the national team, and he's captaining the Karnalis. So, I'm supporting him. But at the same time, a player like Asif who has to step up because of the injury to Anil, I'm supporting him as well. I would like to see how the Nepali boys fight through these one-ball battles and bring the result across for them.
That's a very diplomatic answer. I think we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining us. And it's back to you guys up in comms.
Thank you, Monali. Wonderful listening to Monty Bhai, head coach of the Nepal cricket team. There's an ocean of knowledge, and how well has he got the Nepal cricket team in the last couple of years to push themselves and do wonders for their national team. Gulshan Jha in the middle. He's had a good hit in the last couple of games. Yeah, but this is a different situation. A very good afternoon to Darren Goff as well.
Afternoon. He's got some good players to work with, what I've seen, especially in the spin department, and a couple of good batters. Especially Ari, really impressed by him, how busy he's been in the field with a ball and bat.
And how well has this man bowled into his third over. He's taken 2 wickets for 21 runs. He's been brilliant, Lalit Rajbanshi. At the halfway stage, Yaks need a partnership, 67 for 4.
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobs your way of quality living.
तर यो सिद्धि दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले सिद्धि दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश.
Nepal. Ulsawala departed early for 1. Bosisto looked good for 14, but he was out to a beauty. Dave Karnal to me was looking in sublime touch before he got out. 4 wickets down here for the Yaks. It's a must-win encounter. Remember, the team winning this contest will advance into the final.
They will indeed. They need Chadwick Walton really to fire, and Gulshan Shah, who's a good player. Hato back into the attack. His first over going for 14. This was the previous wicket. Here, Banshee. Oh, what a delivery that is. Wonderful bit of work as well from the keeper. He was a bit blindsided. Look at that. Turn, bounce, and a comfortable take. And sorry, Basisto, it's time to go. He's had a good tournament, Basisto, and that was a huge, huge wicket for the Bulls.
And that's why this partnership becomes all the more crucial for the Yaks, because I'm not too sure if a lot of batting follows after this. Yes, there's Arjun Garti, he can bat. Sompal Kami can hit the big shots as well. But in terms of the depth, Darren...
Well, I think we were all surprised yesterday because it was their biggest score of the tournament, was it yesterday? 175. They've struggled with a bat. They changed the order around yesterday, but it all worked. All the overseas players, the big guns came to the party and all delivered for the Yaks. But can they do it back-to-back days? And so far, they're struggling at 68 for 4.
Edged. He slashes that hard and they'll run away for a 4. Welcome runs here. Walton will be the key batter for the Yaks.
He is indeed. Raquel is the key batter, key man. And I do think Parr's that run 60 mark. And if they're going to get anywhere near that, they need this man at the crease. Walton, he scores runs quickly. He was fantastic yesterday. A little bit edgy, but when you get width, you can play the full leg. Got 46 not out yesterday off 23 deliveries, by the way. So he needs an innings like that today to help the Yaks get up to the total that'll be defendable.
Yes, absolutely, Darren. And he needs support as well at the other end. And no better man than Gulshan Jha. He takes his time, but once he's set, Gulshan Jha is a very destructive batter.
I don't mind him taking his time in this, because what have I always said throughout the tournament? On these pitches, it's important that you give yourself a couple of balls, get a partnership together, and then you can cash in at the end. Not everybody can come in and do what Jimmy Neesham does, comes in from, has a look for a couple of balls, and then he wants to hit sixes. But not everybody can do that. Some people need to have a look, get used to the pace and bounce of the pitch. And as I said in the pitch report, this pitch has got a little bit more bounce than some of the other pitches have had.
Once again, looking to go for that expansive drive outside off. You've got to really credit and commend the efforts of the ground staff, the chief curator, Mr. Mamun, for dishing out some very fine surfaces. Remember, all matches that happened at this venue across the square.
Yeah, to have one square and have a tournament on one pitch, well, not one pitch, but one square, lots of different pitches, and keep them fresh and have some good cricket being played. Credit to the ground staff, they've done a wonderful job.
What a passage of play for the bowls. The bat at first yesterday got 139. So that Pashchim Royals overall did. Today they win the toss and decide to bowl first. Done with over number 11, it's 74 for 4.
नयाँ पुस्ताका सपनाहरू थाहै नपाइकन आफ्ना सपनाहरू बनिसकेका हुन्छन्। ती सपनाहरूलाई पूरा गर्नुस्, खुलेर जिउनुस्। सानीमा रिलायन्स लाइफ इन्स्योरेन्स, खुलेर जियौं।
तर यो सिद्धि दाग यो निकाल्न के सिक्छ? सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश, यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले सिद्धि दाग निकाल्न गर्छ। सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश।
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobs that possess your way of quality living.
DHI Happier Home. Today sahi.
Boards, the Anil Kumar Saaf factor came in. He's missing in this game due to injury. He got 62 unbeaten runs and took the team home. That was one of the early encounters where they won by 8 wickets. They went on chasing a lot many matches after that. But a lot has changed, Darren, after that. That's because they've lost 3 of their last 4 games. The Janakpur Bolts and the Yaks have won. Last year they have 5 out of the 6 games.
Yeah, I think the Bolts have lost all the momentum, haven't they? They seem to be confused when they're batting. They're relying on one player at the moment, and that's Jimmy Neesham hitting sixes after 6. And with the ball, Rajbansi, he's been excellent for them, and he's delivered again today in a must-win game. 2 for 21 from his 3 overs. He's been outstanding.
A little bit of his field, but recovers in time. Yeah, you sometimes get the impression that they've been heavily dependent on Jimmy Neesham, but the top order needs to fire now for them. That'll be key. A good turnout today as well for qualifier to a virtual semi-final for both these sides to play Sudur Pashchim Royals in the big final.
Yeah, I think you're right. The Bolts need to fire with a bat. They've got Melantha at the bat, who always looks good at the crease. Asif Sheikh needs to get runs. It's important he could get some as well. They can't just keep relying on Neesham in that middle order. Insaka yesterday got 26 from 24, but they're going to need more. Depends what they're chasing. The Yaks have got a lot of work to do here. 77 for 4.
Nicely fielded. Spark in the field. And that's what they need to do.
Yeah, I'll say it looks a good pitch. A little bit of bounce there so you can play your shots. But they're finding it difficult, the Yaks.
He's miscued this one. Fielder running backwards to take the catch, and it's been pouched as well. Very nicely taken by the captain, Asif Sheikh. It is never easy running backwards, and the danger man, Walton, has to walk back. Tucker strikes, and the Karnali YAKS lose half their side.
Well, this is a huge wicket. Tucker in the attack. Walton fancied him straight down the ground. Leading edge. Not easy sometimes when the ball going away from you as a fielder. But Asif Sheikh there, look at the delight on Tucker's face. He knows that's the big wicket for the Bolts. They'll be delighted with that. But sadly for the YAKS, Walton goes for 11 from 13. Oh, they're struggling here. 77 for 5.
He's had a couple of 30s and 20s. Arjun Bitalu, best of 33. That came in their very first outing, and that was against the Janakpur Bulls as well. It's been a while since he's got some runs. He's been in and out of the side as well.
Look, we all have favourite teams to play against. We enjoy. Bolts might just be that team. We'll soon find out.
Yeah, he's off the mark with a single. But what an over this by Harsh Thakur. Coming into his second spell, gives only 4 runs and gets the big wicket of Walton. 12 gone, it's 78 for 5.
Can't wait. Won't wait. Sunfee Stock Fantasy.
Tapaiku, Asli Energy, Red Bull, Asli Nerozo.
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobs they your way of quality living.
Sport is in our DNA.
The sporadic fall of wickets here for the Karnali YAKS. They've not been able to arrest the slide in the middle, and it's been a very good effort by the Bolts after winning the toss and bowling first, Darren.
Absolutely. Good performance from the Bolts. They needed it. Sometimes you come in on the back of the defeat. They know it's a must-win game to get to the final and have another crack at the Royals. They've found the Royals difficult, haven't they? Can they get to the final? And having one last crack at the Royals on Saturday. This man could play a big part. Jimmy Neesham back into the attack.
Well, he's done a lot of heavy lifting for his side, Janakpur Bulls, through the last 8 to 9 games. Always the rescue ranger for the side.
Here's a look at that wicket again. Chadwick Walton, such a good player, especially down the ground. Didn't quite get it. A bit of bounce in Asri Sheikh. Like I said, can be difficult those. Going away from you. A good catch, big wicket. Huge wicket for the Bolts. Disappointing for the YAKS as well. Reassess their targets now. If they can get to 145, 150, give themselves a chance.
Yeah, a bit of a misfield will allow a single. Looks a good hard surface, Darren.
Yeah, look, it's not rapid. It's not quick, but it's got a little bit of bounce there. And we've seen this tournament, people say about batting first, batting second. It's pretty even throughout the tournament, you know. Seamers have got wickets, spinners have taken wickets. It's not been dominated by spin or dominated by seam. So it's been really good, a real good tournament, and it could go either way still. I mean, YAKS have got to give themselves a total to give themselves a chance, something that's defendable. Moment, they can't afford to lose any more wickets.
They're 2 overs since the last boundary. Sent back at the right time, direct hit. Was he too slow in getting back? I reckon Gulshan Jha was just ambling back, and that has been referred upstairs.
Tell you what, they're going to have a good look here. Tell you what, TV umpire Sanjay Garang might have a bit of work to do here.
It looked a little casual there, right, Darren, on getting back into the crease?
Too casual, it really was. He did a bit of a shake of the head to say, no, I got back, but I think that's closer. I think he might have just got home. Look at this. Oh, I'll tell you what.
The line belongs to the umpire. This will be a twist in the tail, let me tell you. It could easily now be wicket number 6 because this looks very close.
I think he's a goner. I really do. Silly batting, backing up there. Thought he were going to get back easy. Great bit of fielding from the Bolts. They've been electric.
Well, some part of that bat has to be across the line. Can we zoom into that? Can we magnify into that? Look at Gulshan Jha's face as well. He senses something wrong here. But this is touch and go.
Well, the Bolts have made the decision for themselves. I think they think it's out. Here we go, look at the zoom. Bit of work to do here. Oh, I tell you what, it could be good night.
Yeah, it could be goodbye. Gulshan Jha, the tall, lanky all-rounder with good reach. And that's out as well. Anticlimax against the run of play, but the batter over here was too casual on getting back. And I beg your pardon, it's Arjun Garthi who'll have to walk back.
Absolutely silly. The Yaks didn't need that. They really didn't. They needed a partnership to get going. But a fine bit of fielding. Jimmy Neesham, half fully, struck it well, Gulshan, but look at the fielding. The batter didn't get back. A little bit too casual, and he's gone. Gone. Great bit of work from the Bolts. And there you see it. Batalu goes for 2. Run out, man. And the score now, 79 for 6.
Nicely bowled. Not too sure if Arjun Garthi would have walked straight into the dugout with coach Gyanendra Malla standing and sitting in front of him. He would have gone the other way.
Yeah, disappointing, is it? The importance of that partnership was massive. And it just gives the Bolts an extra boost. The adrenaline's kicking. Sopal Kami, I say a better player than his stats will show there. 47 runs in the tournament. With a strike rate of 181. Could do with that today.
Long levers. A stride forward, and that's gone way beyond the boundary ropes as well. Take a catch in the crowd. And Gulshan Jha will need to bring out more such home runs if they need to go to a substantial score.
Well, the Siddhartha Bank 6. Look at this. That is one of the shots of the tournament for me. Jimmy Neesham is no slouch. Lovely swing of the bat. Beautiful technique. And look at that. Straight into the crowd. Did he catch it?
Seven runs and a wicket in this over as well. 13 gone, it's 85 for 6.
Can't wait, won't wait. Somebody's fantasy.
बाजोपन सम्बन्धी कुनै पनि समस्या समाधानका लागि सम्झनुहोस् हार्दिक IVF एन्ड फर्टिलिटी सेन्टर सिनामङ्गल काठमाडौँ.
DHI Happier Home. Tutte sahi.
Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
You look at the score, you think, wouldn't be so bad, would it, if it was 3 down, but 85 for 6. They've got no real launch pad. They need something special from the skipper. There you go, Decker has been beautiful today. Or 3.1 overs now. He's got 1 for 12. It's been hard to get away. He's been outstanding for the Bolts.
And the YAKS, not quite sure if they'll look back at this effort as one way they applied themselves initially. Very difficult for a batter to come in and start scoring, Darren, on the surface.
Well, it is when he's 6 down, because he's thinking the last thing we need to be bowled out and not bat the 20. They just need to give themselves something to bowl at, whether that's 120, 130, anything.
Yeah, both these batters can be very dangerous in this time of the game as well, but they don't have the cushion of wickets, as you rightly pointed out. That's why I feel maybe they need to play to rolls over here.
Like I said, he gets a total. Weren't the Bolts bundled out for 51 in an earlier game?
That was against the Sudar Pashchim Royals, you're right?
Oh, well, yeah, they are the best team in the tournament so far. They've been outstanding, and they're straight to the final, aren't they, on Saturday? They won qualifier 1 yesterday. First v second. They beat the Bolts convincingly. But the Bolts get another chance for revenge if they can get through the YAKS today. Like I say, you can get a total on the board and just put that in their minds. Remember, the Bolts were skittled for 51.
And they haven't had great outings in the last 4 games. Remember, they've lost their last 3 matches. Nicely bowled. Just 1 run in over number 14. Harsh Thakur has certainly come into his own as this tournament has progressed. 86 for 6.
NPL वा आफ्नो मनपर्ने टिमको एन्थमलाई आफ्नो PRBT सेट गर्नुभयो त? Download NCEL app now or dial *123*6#.
Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
DHI Happier Home. Tutte sahi.
The International Cricket Stadium, the Festival of Himalayas is nearing its ending, but I'll tell you what, the vibe has only become better and grown bigger as this tournament has progressed.
Millions of people been watching the tournament. It's been fantastic. The crowds have been outstanding. There's been some great cricket.
Nicely tucked away. It's over to Gulshan Jha from here on, I reckon. He'll have to farm most of the strike. Of course, Sampal Kami is an accomplished batter. But with that kind of 6 he hit of Jimmy Neesham, he certainly can pack a punch at this stage. You'd fancy him with the bat more on strike.
Absolutely. If he can play a shot like he did off Neesham, straight down the ground, 6, it was a beautiful cricket shot. Pleasing on the eye as well, wasn't it? Such a nice flow of the cricket bat. And Gulshan Jha, I've heard so much about him. People say he's a good player. We've seen little bits of it. Here it is. Look at this for a shot. He used his feet. Oh, beautiful. I know we've had Brian Lara in town. He'd have been happy with that one. Look at this. Woo.
Yeah, no half measures when he's batting in the middle, Darren. A genuine all-rounder in Nepal cricket.
Well, he's going to have to deliver. The KARNALI YAKS, 87 for 6. They need him there at the end. They're going to get any total that gives them a chance. Need Gulshan Jha to turn up. He's got his skipper with him, Sampal Kami. A good player himself, can strike the ball well, striking at a nice strike rate. These two, it's important. You see there, they can go at 8 and over. They can get up to 132.
Yeah, the wickets column is hurting them at the moment. This partnership is growing. And Gulshan will need support from his captain.
I think round about the par score, I reckon that it should have gone. They need to be going just over 12. I don't think that's possible from this position. But if they can get up to that 130 mark, go at 8 and over from here, there's no need to panic. It's one boundary and over, and they can get 8 and over. That's all it is.
Just to give the viewers an idea as to how slow things have panned out for the batting side, they've managed only 24 runs in their last 30 deliveries, losing 2 wickets. Yeah, they've never been on top gear in this contest, unfortunately.
Well, losing Kolsawala at the start there, one caught mid-wicket, that was a big loss for them. But look at the dot balls, 43 dot balls. Too many. It really is.
That stays hit, and that's been taken in the crowd as well. He wins a Kalti.com voucher as well, but it's Gulshan Jha's maximum hits that are taking center stage for the KARNALI YAKS.
Well, I get the feeling he likes this shot. He really does. It's an action replay. This time Kishore Mahato gets to the pitch of the ball, free throw at the bat. What a shot that is. Beautiful. Oh, he definitely likes that shot.
Picked. Has he found the fielder? He had to decide between going for the catch or taking on the bounce. And he makes a mess of it. 4 more runs. This is turning out to be a good over. And Gulshan Jha is having a whale of a time. Done with over number 15, 99 for 6.
I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
DHI happier home. छुट्टै छ है.
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजो
10 blast pipes, fittings, tanks, member of 10 group.
Well, we look at the phases 1 to 6 and 7 to 15, and the top performers, Dave Kanal, 24 of 20 today, found a few runs. Jimmy Neesham getting an early breakthrough, that 1 wicket. And now with the second 6, it's Gulshan Jha finding form as well, 24 of 18. Lalit Rajabanshi, he picks up his second wicket. Cut away straight to the fielder. It's a misfield. Harsh Tucker. It allows for an additional run. Got a change in the comm box as well as we welcome HD Ackerman. Just need to hold their nerves here, the Bolts.
They've been exceptional throughout the day, but just the last couple of overs, that's a bit unlucky actually. Not anticipating a bounce like that, but you know, they'll want to finish this innings well. They've been in complete control.
To pull away, and all he's done is manage to find the hands of Mohsin. He'll be disappointed with himself, Sompal Kami. The ball was there to put away, and what a catch this is for Mohsin.
Not the best delivery that Shermala has bowled in this competition, but sometimes your best deliveries yield nothing, and your worst get you on the scoreboard. It's just a drag down, and the captain says, catching practice. Good catch, was hit firmly, but straight at Mohammad Mohsin. He's been good with the ball, and now he hangs on to something in the field. Yeah, not a good one for his side at the moment. Sompal Kami goes for 5. The YAKS, they're in real bother here at 101 for 7.
captain is back in the pavilion. Almost an afterthought to throw his bat at this. Nandan Yadav. We're well and truly in the tail end of this batting lineup.
They're in serious danger of being bowled out here. Could have hit that absolutely anywhere. Gulshan Jha can do some damage, but he needs Nandan and the rest of them to stick around with him. But the key thing, batting out the overs. Batting out the overs. If they can do that, surely they can get near that 140 mark if Gulshan Jha is there at the end. That's at least something to bowl at.
It's a miss hit. But his intentions are clear, and it's a good day for him to find some runs today. His side needs it. Moving on to 25. To end the 16th. It's a decent over as well from Mala. It's 103 for 7 after 16.
सुजल डेयरीको उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#.
तर यो सिद्धि दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ. सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले सिद्धि दाग निकाल्न गर्छ. सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश.
Blade battery technology, a very futuristic vehicle, and because you complained yesterday, HG, that you don't get to sit in it as often as I do, you got picked up in it today.
Yes, thank you for organising that for us, because we know that you obviously have a direct line to all the comforts here in Nepal.
Oh dear. This is one soft dismissal, and it's the big wicket of Gulshan Jha. Mawson brought into the attack for his third over, and Gulshan Jha's chopped this on.
He's been tricky today, Mohsen. The key thing here to Gulshan is he doesn't pitch the ball up. He knows that Gulshan Jha is looking down the ground. That's his strength. So it's back of a length. He jumps onto his front foot and his weight is all over the place. And a little inside edge is found, and Mohsen has another one. He's had a good day, the leg spinner. Gulshan Jha got a good start. They needed him. He goes for 25. The YAKS, well, they're almost bowled out here, 103 for 8.
Getting taped up quickly, Mawson, after picking up the wicket of Gulshan Jha. And it's Unish Thakuri brought into the side today after leaving Rit Gautam out.
So they leave out a batter and they bring in a bowler. Interesting. He's going to have his hands full here with Mohsen.
He's going to have to wait to get off the mark. 2 for 11, Mohsen, so far. And the bowling has been tidy. Apart that from Kishore Mahato has been a little bit expensive. Everyone else has showed up with the ball. They've picked up wickets. And this is enticing from Osin.
Gulshan Jar just lunges onto the front foot. He's wanting the ball under his nose so that he can go downtown. Mohsin bowls the perfect length to him.
He's going to have to try and find some bat on that. They need to find some runs because they're running out of deliveries.
Problem is that when you walk in at number 10, there's a very good reason why you walk in at number 10. Expectation now to get to 140 is it's a very unrealistic one. They could get to 120, they would bite your hand off in this situation.
Last delivery, and he could very well bowl a wicket maiden here, Mohsin. And he does just that. A wicket maiden at this stage of the game in a T20. Fantastic bowling. 17 gone. It's 103 for 8.
DHI Happier Home. Today sahi.
Dish Home, खुशी को connection.
Himstar for a complete home.
Light Super Light on Super Light Gel. With hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
That is a really nice looking smile as well. Some good stuff in that Happy Dent basket.
As I said, you are privileged to see all the nice things that Nepal has to offer.
Come on, HD.
Never seen what's in the hamper.
Oh, that's well bowled. Lalit Rajabanshi starts well.
He's been fantastic throughout the tournament. The number one left arm spinner here in Nepal. A little bit of drift and then the turn. The perfect left armer's delivery. All that was missing, the wicket.
Tossed up again. You know what, HD? I think you got to start hanging out with me. Then you get all the perks. Not that I feel that I'm getting any special perks.
I'm here to do a job. I'm not on holiday.
They'll pick up a single. Finally a run comes. A wicket maiden, 2 dot balls.
Malanta behind the stumps was just saying, keep spinning it. No need to bowl the arm ball, because that was the arm ball, and it just allowed Nandan to get off strike. Malanta was immediately saying, just spin it. Bunzi looking for the LBW.
That's another gem. That's fine. Missing the off, missing the edge.
Appreciation from Malanta. That's the one, he says. That's it. That's fine. Just there.
We've talked about them being bowled out. At this point, they may not be bowled out, but they're certainly not looking for runs.
Yeah, and that's the issue, because every time someone's looked to accelerate, that's when they have lost their wicket. So, not sure at the moment whether to stick or twist. This is not going to be enough runs, though. Surely not.
Tossed up again to entice. And it's defended for a dot. Just the 1 run coming off that over. 18 gone. It's 104 for 8.
क्रिकेटमा जितको मजा र फोनमा टेक्नोको मजा कसैले बिट गर्न सक्दैन बिकज टेक्नो प्रोवाइड्स बेस्ट क्वालिटी बेस्ट सर्भिस एन्ड बेस्ट सिग्नल टेक्नो स्मार्टफोन रोजी बनाउनुहोस् आफ्नो चोइस मोबाइल
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजो
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#.
And this guy's living the dream. At cricket, beautiful music. They're having a good time. They pick up a run early off this over. Issue is, it's Unish. 8 deliveries yet to get off the mark.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the game plan is here for the final 11 deliveries. Thought maybe Nandan would want to keep the strike to try and find a boundary, maybe 2 outside the line. Because Unish hasn't looked to score, he's just looked to defend. Now, if he's going to defend the next 4 deliveries, there's no real point here. He's got to try and get Nandan on strike somehow. Find a way.
He needs to swing. Clearly the defending's not working. And if it means closing your eyes and swinging, he's got to do it. He's got to try it.
A few restless spectators as well now. Rumblings around the ground.
Perplexed. Very, very perplexed with this approach.
Well, he's replaced Ritt at the top of the order, who didn't manage to score a run in his 2 innings, but he got out in far less deliveries than 11.
I'm not sure what the message was when he went out to bat from the YAKS. But I'm more than 100% sure this would not have been it. Boy finally swings. He's going to get off the mark. And he'll pick up 2 runs. 3 runs come off of it. It's 19 gone, and it's 107 for 8.
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Banking sector ma पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ बैंकले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है
Sport is in our DNA. तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजो
Got another innings to come here, and they want to be a bit more upbeat than that. They've got to give it a good fight here, because if they don't win, they're out. Surely they've got to be a bit more motivated than that.
I don't think it really matters who bowls the final over, but it's going to be Jimmy Neesham. Shermala might have been a real handful here in the final over against these 2 tail-enders. They need boundaries, they need them quickly.
It's kept a little low, it's a change-up. And he's played well over on top of it. It's another dot. You had mentioned getting close to that 120 mark at least. They've got 5 deliveries left. Looks a far way away from here. Muscles us down the ground. Gonna look for 2, they'll set for 1, and at this point, without the right man, you want to face the last 4 deliveries.
I think they needed to run. I think he needed to sacrifice his wicket, Unish, by just touching and going. They would have got the single anyway, even if he was run out. But Nandan needed to be the man on strike, unless this man's been hiding something. Said at least 120. I can't see how they're going to get there, even with 4 deliveries. They might need an inside edge past the keeper's left hand for 4, or maybe now an outside edge now that deep third's been brought up inside the 30-yard circle.
He's come down the track. He gets it through the offside, and the pickup 2 brings him back on strike.
Not a great batting performance from the YAKS today, unfortunately, because they were so good yesterday in posting their highest total. Their big players really came to the party. Kolsawala at the top, brought in for that playoff match. He was superb at the top and then rounded off by the Basistos and the Waltons of this world, but didn't fire today.
Moving across the stumps, he finds the healthy edge. He'll take it. Finally picks up a boundary for his side, Unish.
It's the one place where you felt they could score a boundary because they don't have the power to hit the ball out the ground in front of the wicket. A little bottom edge, the man's up inside the 30-yard circle. Bit of a Sydney Harbour bridge here, really. Dives over the top of it.
Just the 9 4s and the 3 6s in this entire innings. Uses his feet. Where was this earlier when he was facing all the dot balls?
Mind-boggling. Absolutely mind-boggling. There's a whole different intent. All you can think is that the message was, look, we can't afford to get bowled out, so just stick around and then maybe take it on in the last over. Maybe the Bolts will make an error and bowl Jimmy Neesham instead of Shermala.
He's got one delivery to come to capitalize. It's going to be an appeal, and it's going to be an easy decision. That was crashing into the stumps. And it's also going to be the end of Unish Thakuri at the end of this innings. 20 overs gone. The first innings brings on 118 for 9 for the YAKS.
To leg stump. Neesham was